Well, welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Christy Iwuchukwu, aka Lady Christy, founder of CEO and founder of Chosen Path Global, helping women find their voice, speak up, speak out, and gain confidence. And this is Christy Iwuchukwu's Brilliance TV show today. And today we are joined by Natasha Miller. We do this show every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So what is this show really all about? This is where we spotlight today's top business leaders, entrepreneurs, unique and most successful individuals. And that's where you come in, because this show is about you. We bring you experts from different backgrounds and different expertise, and with different topics every week. So I want you to bring your questions, invite your friends, and come on and join on and have your questions answered. Listen, if you would like to be a part of this TV show and you would like to be a guest on this TV show, you can email me at info@chosenpathglobal.com. Again, it's info@chosenpathglobal.com. Once again, I am so excited to be joined today by my friend and a colleague, Natasha Miller. So who's Natasha Miller? Natasha is the medical mompreneur. She's a speaker, she's an author, and she is a fantastic businesswoman in her own right. And today she's going to be talking about building a team. That's right, she's going to be talking about building a team to position your business for next level success. So please help me welcome my guest today, Natasha Miller. Natasha?
Yes.
Over to you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm glad to be here.
Wow, it's I can't remember. I think we met about 2016. Is that right? We met at 2016 at the
I think so.
At the launch of your book, right?
At the launch of or maybe before that, just working with Shea in the Women Business Center.
Okay, because my compilation book was back in 2015, and that maybe had been when we first met, and then we met again in 2016.
Yes.
You launched your own, I believe, and because I think I had an interview with you. I interviewed you at that particular time, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and you have gone on and expanded your business and doing amazing things. And
thank you.
You just recently had a baby, right?
Yes.
How old is Nima?
She's 3 months, and here's a picture of.
Oh my God, isn't she cute? Brilliant. She is cute. 3 months.
3 months. So if I have to take a quick break, I will do that. But hopefully I won't. She'll be okay.
Okay. I hope she will allow us to finish this 1 hour. And if she doesn't, well, hey, listen, this is live.
Right.
The baby always comes first. But hopefully
I can always probably bring
her just a little bit so that we can finish.
Yes.
I am so glad that you accepted to join me today.
Thank you.
And like I said, you've been doing so great in the community with your business and being able to handle the family, work with the family, the children, and still flourish in your business. So behind every successful person, every business person, there really is a journey that got them there. So pull the curtain a little bit and take us behind the scene. And how have you been able to embrace your brilliance and got to where you are now?
Yes, so how I got there and started, but first, just a little bit about me. I am Natasha C. Miller. I'm also known as Medical Mompreneur. I am the founder and CEO of Northern California Medical Billing and Coding Institute, where one of my main responsibilities is to prepare individuals to become certified as a coder or a biller in this industry, and then position them to be able, they could go out into the workforce and make great money. And then eventually they'll have that opportunity to work from home. I'm also, like you mentioned, a speaker and an author, and I recently became a life coach. So I'm now going to be specializing in helping women and moms and people who want to become a mompreneur, any moms that want to become an entrepreneur. So that's what I'm looking to do. But how I got started in this industry before I started my own business. I was working in the corporate America field doing medical coding. And from there, I decided to go into additional training to become an instructor. And from there, I decided to start my own business where I can teach my classes. And that's how I actually got started into the industry with my own business.
Wow. So how does it really work with, so what has really made it possible for you to do this business and flourish in it? What do you think has contributed immensely?
Well, number one has been God. I can't do nothing without him. And then two, just having a great support system team. I am married to a great husband, so he helps me a lot. And then I have my mom who does help me as well a lot. So just being able to find that time to be able to balance work life and balance my home life and my business. I've been able to be successful in that. And just being an entrepreneur, I'm able to set my own schedule and pace myself out. So that's been another way for me to be successful in this business. I don't have to compete with anyone. I can just decide, okay, what do I want my schedule to look like for the year, for the month, and I go from there.
Wow. So for a mom, especially new moms, or even moms that have been raising the kids,
Yes.
and now they are looking to venture out into a new career, or they never really had a career in the first place, but now they have to make the income. Perhaps they are divorced or they are single moms.
Yeah.
What would you share with them on how to get started in this business?
On how to get started. So the first thing is they want to get that training education to become a biller or a coder. So I do have my institute. So I would say they can go through my program. My classes are offered 4 months or less. I do give you a year access into my online classes, so which makes it great for that working mom if they need to have that additional time. But normally it's 4 months or less. They can complete the online medical billing program or the online medical coding program. That will be the first step. And then from there, being able to do their research to starting their business and go from there.
So you're saying in 4 months, if I don't have any experience as a coder, in 4 months, you can train me to be able to do what you do?
Yes, in 4 months, I can train you to become a certified professional coder. So what happens is you go through my program, and then you have to sit for the National Certified Professional Coder exam. Once you take that exam and pass it, then you will be a certified professional coder. So yes, that can happen in 4 months. Most of my students, it can take them 5 to 6 months, depending on how long they go through the program. I do have a live class that's starting in January, and that class is a 4-month program with an additional 1 month of study prep. So after the 5 months, they'll be able to sit for their national exam with me. And I proctor the exam. So they get to come back to me and sit for the exam. Another great thing is with my program, I'm licensed through the APC. So you get 1 year of experience by going through my program. So a lot of people come into this industry, you may not have any experience, and that's okay. You can get 1 year of experience, which helps you to get employment into the healthcare industry, the medical coding industry.
Wow. So it's not just really just do it yourself. You also assist them a whole lot in making sure that they succeed. It's not just giving them the material, go and do it yourself, but you also assist them to make sure that they have a solid foundation before they begin. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about how, I know you have a great support system, your husband, your mom, and in being able to help you, support you as you build this business.
Yes.
What else do you think has contributed to being able to flourish? Because now you have, I think you used to be at another office, which is Shaya's office.
Yes.
And now you have your own office and you have employed other people as well. What do you think that has helped you a great lot to be able to?
Yeah, so one of the things that's really helped me is having a virtual assistant. I have a virtual assistant. She's a part of my team. And I'm able to hand off a lot of my administrative tasks that I would do on a normal basis and give to her, for example, like my social media, or she creates my flyers, anything, my calendars for the year, she helps types that up. Anything that's admin work, I'm able to give to her, and she's able to do that. So that allows me to be able to create new programs, to be able to stay fresh with my material, and really offer out to what I need to offer out to my students or prospective clients as well.
So for someone like me, for example, who doesn't know much about building a team, and that maybe someone else who's going to be watching this, and they're wondering, they're overwhelmed, wondering what is the first step? Where do I start? What can you share with us on what it takes to build a team? What's the foundation? What is the first thing, second thing? Or what is really the most important thing that you need to have in trying to build a team? What do you need to look at?
Well, number one, you need to be able to communicate. What it is that you need for your team to grow. You also need to be able to have your policies and procedures in place, so you can be able to train whoever you want to bring on to your team. So if you can have those policies and procedures already written out, typed up in a manual, that's great. So what do I mean by that? How do you do your normal everyday tasks? It's just like if you were to go out and work in corporate America, you had to be trained on that job, and you looked at those policies and procedures. So the same thing with you being an entrepreneur or a business owner, you need to make sure in everything that you do, you have policies and procedures in place. And that will help you to be able to build your team for whoever you're trying to hire. If you're trying to hire a virtual assistant or someone physical location assistant, if you're trying to hire someone to do your social media, to just graphic designing, all that will be able to help to be able to communicate to them what it is that you do, who you are, and what you're looking for.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that just like in a corporate work, it's just not enough for you to just hire somebody and
Right.
just hand things over to the person to do. That is necessary that you have policy and procedures in place so that that person will be guided on exactly how to do it and do it right.
That is correct. Yes. And what I also do is I create videos. And so you can create screencast videos where you record yourself doing the actual work on your computer. And so then you can save those and upload those, and whoever you have to come in, you're not all the time having to repeat the same thing. They can go and watch this video. So it's just like, again, if you were to go work in a regular everyday job, they have those type of multimedia videos available to you. It's the same thing, just being creative and creating what you need in order to build your team to be successful.
Yeah, I love the idea of creating a video and giving the person the video to watch, because sometimes you may hire somebody and that person is not, doesn't know exactly what you want that person to do. So the idea of having a video, what is rather than having that person ask you every single time and you have to repeat it over and over and over again.
Right.
Just have the person watch the video. It saves you time. It saves that person the agony and sometimes embarrassment of having to ask the same thing over and over and over again. Right. And everybody get frustrated. So I love the idea of having the recording it once and let it go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you house those videos somewhere where you can, like a SharePoint, somewhere where you can access them and your team can access them as well. So if that's Google Drive, for instance, or if it's some outside different type of SharePoint that you are using for your team, then you can house those in an organized way.
So tell us a little bit about, so you talk about virtual assistants, so which is different than having physical person that you see every day or every time.
Right.
You can talk to that person. It can be a little bit intimidating having a virtual assistant because a lot of people don't know what it entails to have a virtual assistant. if you had to go back, because you've been doing this for quite a while, and I can really see that it has helped you tremendously flourish in your business.
Mhm.
What do you think will be the number one thing to consider, just the first thing for somebody who doesn't know it to consider when you're hiring an assistant? Because now it could be somebody in the Philippines, it could be somebody in India, and language becomes a barrier as well. So, what are the ways that you believe will be more effective for both people to communicate? What are the tools?
So one thing that I did was I created a job description for my virtual assistant. So it goes back to just writing and communicating out what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you need. That job description allowed me to get focused, and then it allowed me, when I went out to find the virtual assistant, does this person match with what I'm looking for? Do they have those skills and those qualities in order for it to be successful? And so I first created that job description, and then from there, I was able to go and I found my virtual assistant on onlinejobs.ph, and I was able to just search around and see who matched the qualifications that I was looking for, the skill set. Could they write? How was their English? And were they able to do the different tasks that I knew that I wanted done? And from there, that's how I actually found my virtual assistant. It's just like that, those steps.
Can you repeat the website again?
Yes, it is www.onlinejobs.ph.
And so this is where, if I am looking for a social media person to help me with my social media, I can go to that website and put up a job up, and I'm looking for such and such a person.
Right.
And then if someone applies, I get to interview that person.
Yes.
And decide whether they qualify and they can do the job. Now, how about, since you don't know these people and you can see them, do you recommend that we have a trial period, or just go ahead and hire them? What is your thought on that?
I do recommend that you have a trial period, and you can do it in a couple of different ways. You can say, okay, I want to do a trial period for 2 weeks or 30 days, or you can say, I want to give them a task or two and have them complete this task or two and see how they do. And then from there, that can be your trial period, and say, okay, either I like this or I don't, because again, everything is about communication. So it may take that person by the third time saying, okay, you revised it, saying, okay, we'll add this or take this out. And then by the time that you start getting the hang of working with your virtual assistant, they'll get used to what you like and what you don't like. And so when you do send a task, it'll just be the first time they'll probably get what you need right away. So yes, so that you can do 2 weeks, 30 days, or do it by a project or assignment.
Wow. So do you think that, I know that I have also used some of the virtual assistants like Fiverr. That's the only one I have used. And sometimes it can really be a hassle where, to me, it doesn't really worth it. Because if somebody has to do something over and over and over again and they still don't get it right.
Right.
But what I'm hearing from you is that you really, by using this online that you really have great luck doing it than Fiverr.
I've been very successful with it because I was clear and concise in what I was looking for, and then I made sure that the individual that I brought onto my team spoke really good English, so that way they can communicate and write good too, in emails and corresponding letters and so forth. My first social media person I had was through guru.com, and that is GURU.com, and they're good too. So you don't have to just look at just one. You can look at different, what do they call it, outsourcing and freelancers, agencies, to see what best fits your needs. So, and then Fiverr is also good, but I recommend Fiverr for more short-term projects or one-off projects, not so much managing your social media, but say if you wanted them to create a flyer or create some type of nice graphic design, or maybe do some photoshopping for some pictures or something like that, or maybe help out with your website. I would recommend for those different things, but not necessarily for social media.
So for your virtual, do they also do your website or just for social, or is it everything you need?
So for my virtual assistant, she does pretty much whatever I need. Now, of course, in her job, she had a job description too, or her skills were up. So there are certain things that she does and certain things that she doesn't do. But for what I needed, it's everything. So she handles my social media for my business and personal, and she handles any type of different admin tasks. Also, my email management, she handles that, which was like huge. She created folders, she organized it. She has certain emails that go right into a folder, and I'm not clogging up just my regular everyday inbox. That was so important. And then every day we communicate through Skype, and she sends me a quick just here is what's in your email box for today. So that way, if I don't have a chance to check my email right in the morning, I don't have to, because I can just look real quick at my Skype and she'll tell me if I have anything pressing or how many items are listed in there. And then I can manage my email, and I'm not spending just wasted time in my email, for example.
So let me just understand. You saying that in addition to other tasks, that she can arrange your email and sort it out and put it in different folders where it's very easy and manageable for you. And let you know what you have as a priority. Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow. And you also mentioned personal. What do you mean by personal?
For my social media. So I have my business, which is the school, the institute, and then I also have my medical mompreneur, which is more just myself and who I am as a medical mompreneur. So she handles that for both sides, the institute and that one. Not my, I have another personal one for Facebook. She's not on there, but I have a Facebook page for Medical Mompreneur. You can follow me on there, like that page. I have a Instagram page, Medical Mompreneur, and she helps with that. And then I have Twitter, it's called Med Mompreneur. And then for all of my institute, the schools, it's all NCMBCI for the initials of Northern California Medical Billing Coding Institute. And she handles all of those as well.
Wow. So, wow, this seems like one of the best ways to go, right? Because you can actually see, unlike Fiverr, where you can see the person. I think for me, that's one of the downside of having Fiverr, or those people that you cannot see. On this particular one, you can actually see the person and communicate with the person on Skype.
Yes.
And perhaps show the person exactly what you want, share the screen and show them what you want to show them, right?
That is correct, yes. So I interviewed her. So I not only did I have a job description, but I also interviewed her to make sure she qualified for what I was looking for before I said, okay, I'm going to hire you. And I did that through Skype. But right now, like, using Zoom is another good way to do it too. But I use Skype, and that's what we use. And it's a great way for us to communicate.
So what can you tell us about the risk, excuse me for a minute, as far as the cost? Because do you think that it is probably better to hire one person that will do everything, because it may not be that cost effective to have individual person do individual things? What are your thoughts?
I think that, yes, if you can find someone that can do more than one thing, for example, like the person, my virtual assistant, she's handling my social media, and she helps with my marketing and with any little task that I have. It's been so many different things. And I'm going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to look into my folder and share some different examples of.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Yeah, of what I'm going to. Okay.
That would definitely be awesome.
Yeah, so that way I'll give a little more detail of some other things that she's helped me with. But so if you can, now sometimes that virtual assistant may not have experience in everything, and so it's nothing wrong with going out to get someone to offset your project. So you can always do that. But some other things that she helped me with my policies and procedures. And I had them all typed out, but I didn't have them into a good formatting system. So she helped create that for me. She helps me when I do PowerPoint presentations. She'll help create those for me and put them into a nice looking PowerPoint. Pretty much anything to do with my marketing that can be done online, she helps with that. So I use Eventbrite a lot of times for registration for any orientations that I have. And so she'll help create those things, and she'll help do any type of advertisement outside of social media. For example, like Craigslist, she'll help post things on there. So it's just allowing me, freeing my time up to not have to go and spend all day marketing or doing different things like that. For example, she'll help create any type of paperwork that I have, any additional tasks like my calendars for the year. She puts them. She also helps send out emails. So when I have email blasts that go out, she'll help send that out. And then one other great thing that she does is she's a great researcher. So if I need her to research some information for me, and she will go in and I'll say, okay, can you research this? And that's another great use of to have someone as a virtual assistant, because just researching alone can take up a lot of time depending on what you have to do.
So then did you have to register for a company like you can register for Fiverr, and then from there you can post jobs just like you will post in Fiverr? Is that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you give out that address again where one can register and then post again? Can you do that one more time?
Yes, it's www.onlinejobs.ph.
Okay. So now I know that because this is also, it's not somebody that you've seen in person, even though you can see them online,
right?
And you can communicate with the online. We're talking about the benefits of building a team, especially a virtual team.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any downside that we have to look for?
Of course, communication, just understanding maybe the language barrier can be a downside. Some people wonder about giving passwords and account information like that, but I have a great solution for that. I use a website that's called LastPass. And basically, you're able to put in your information to your different accounts and not have to share the actual password. It gives someone access to those accounts, but you're not giving them the password. So you're not having to every time go and change your password. Say if you have to get a virtual assistant and that person doesn't work out, for example, then someone may be constantly, you're not having to do that. Of course, it's always good to change your password every so many months anyway, but that is a great resource where you're able to do that. And I use that with my virtual assistants. So I don't have to worry about every time creating a new password. I set it up that way.
So you have a website that you can go to,
mm-hmm.
another company, and you create an account with them.
Yes.
And create a password there that you can give to this virtual assistant or.
Right. So what you do is you go in and you decide what accounts you want to put into that system, and then you share that information with whoever you want to share it with so they can have access to your account. So for example, you have your social media accounts, share that information. Or for another example is my emails. And so she doesn't have my direct password, but she's getting access through the LastPass.
Oh, so you can sign up for this company.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, if I want them to help me with my social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can go to that company and say, I want help with virtual assistant for social media, and I can create a password for that, just for that company, so they can have access to it, but she's not going to have access to my regular password. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that is such a good
Yeah. So there's so many different tools and resources available to us as entrepreneurs. And I found that information out by listening to another entrepreneur. And so whenever I find out something like, that's helpful and resourceful, I try to pass on that information. And so that's correct.
So give us that address one more time.
Yes, so it is www.last, that's LAST, and then pass, PASS.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So as a mompreneur,
yes,
which is, you're good at it. I just have to say you are good at what you do. You are definitely good at what you do. That's why you've been able to flourish. And the idea that you can actually have a virtual assistant. How about the cost involved? What can you tell us?
Yes. And so onlinejobs.ph, the cost can vary. And it's really, I would say you put out what it is that you can afford and pay right now. So if that's anywhere from $2 an hour, anywhere up, and of course, based on what you're able to afford and pay, can kind of vary on the type of person you can get as a virtual assistant or the experience that they may have. Don't limit yourself and don't say, oh, I can't afford a virtual assistant, because with onlinejobs.ph, you can. Now, if you want to have a virtual assistant with someone that is from the United States, their cost is going to be more. So just be mindful of that. And there are plenty of virtual assistants in the United States that are just as good, if not even better. But you have to go, and do what you can do and what you can afford right now. And so you have different options, but just be mindful of that.
Okay, so but the one that you are telling us about can be both outside the United States and within the United States from that website?
No, so everyone from onlinejobs.ph is from the Philippines. So you're only going to find someone from the Philippines from that website.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate it.
And if you want someone from the United States, guru.com is a website. You probably can find someone from the United States, but you can always just Google virtual assistants in the United States, and it'll be plenty of people that come up. And there's agencies or firms that actually have virtual assistants. So if you just wanted someone in the United States, that's always an option as well.
You also talked about password, but I'm just curious though. Do you have a legal documentation that you have to sign, like a contract to work for them to work, for you to work together with them?
Yes. So they sign a confidentiality. That's all included in once they, read the job description. I do have them sign that, make sure that they're not giving out any of my confidential information. So you can set it up just like you were to any type of business. Like if, and you just think of your processes like in corporate America, how they have human resources. You can set it up just like that. Now, the only difference is you're not going to most likely be able to fingerprint someone out in the Philippines or out of the country. But if you want to have someone that is fingerprinted for whatever type of services you're doing, you can still do that in the United States.
In United States, because the law protects you in United States. And I think that's one of the benefits of hiring someone in United States. But again, you have to look at the cost involved too, because it's outside the United States, you're out of luck in terms of law. You really have no jurisdiction over there, unless of course you want to travel over there. But that's definitely a different thing altogether. A different case altogether. So yeah, definitely. I just want to thank you because you really gave out a lot of information today as far as trying to position yourself by having your business. Yes. By having a virtual assistant, because one of the things, especially for new entrepreneurs, is really being so overwhelmed with a lot of things that they have to do, and they thought they have to do it by themselves. Right. And part of it is because of the money, because when you're starting out in business, oftentimes you don't have enough money. So you're trying to do all these things by yourself. But now knowing that you have an option that you can go outside United States and still be able to get something that you're comfortable with.
Right.
without having to break the bank on
Right.
it. And
Yeah.
I think that's one thing good about social media, about technology these days. You
Right.
can stay here and communicate with just about anybody else in the whole world. So
Right.
that is really great about technology these days. I know it has the bad side of it, but overall, I think that's really great when it comes to technology. That
Right.
it allows
And
us to do
right.
so much.
Right. And I use people here in the United States too. I have an assistant that helps me physically in person live when I have different events that I have to go to, or she'll come and help me in the classroom, in my medical coding classroom, and help with different things like that, my orientation and so forth. So I do have someone that helps me with that. And then I have a graphic designer that is actually here in Sacramento, California. And then the person that did my website is also here in Sacramento, California. So I do have people locally, and then to have my virtual assistant in the Philippines is also nice too. So I just don't go outside as well.
Okay, okay. So it seems to me like you really got it, you have it covered where you don't just depend on just one person or one company to do everything for you,
Right.
just in case you get disappointed. You have people out physically and you have people virtually, both outside the United States and within the United States as well.
Yes, that is correct. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So this is where we get to find out what do you have coming on. I'm not going
Okay.
to steal your thunder. So I know you have some things coming on. Can you share with our audience that they want to take advantage of what you have coming on and please share with us.
Yes. So I have 2 orientations coming up for my next coding class, my live hybrid medical coding class. So this week on December 15th, 6 to 7 p.m., I have a medical coding orientation. It is free at my office location. And then I also have that on December 2nd, and that's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's on a Saturday. It is free as well. Starting next year, January 9th, I have my class, my live class starting. But every month, the first of every month, I have an online class that starts for medical billing and an online class that starts for medical coding. And so I would encourage you to get on my email list because I am going to have another holiday special during the holiday times coming up for my online medical billing class. I can't tell you what it is just yet, but be on my email list, get on my social media sites. You can follow me, Medical Mompreneur. You can follow me on Facebook at NCMBCI. And I'm going to have a really awesome special for my online medical billing. So if you always or ever wanted to learn about medical billing, this will be a great opportunity for you to get it at a very low cost. I only do this once a year. So that's going to be coming up Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also a life coach, and so next year I'm going to have 4 awesome workshops for mompreneurs. If you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, if you are an entrepreneur and you want to better yourself as a mompreneur, I'm going to have 4 workshops to offer to moms as a mompreneur. And then next year, early next year, I have a book coming out. It's called Faith for the Mompreneur. So you'll be on the lookout for that as well. So I have a few things going on. And then, like I said, my live hybrid class that I only offer twice a year. The next one starts in January. So if you just don't want to go fully online, you can come see me in person. And then last but not least, I'm a life coach. So I have coaching sessions. You can get a free 30-minute session with me if you just want to be coached on anything to get some clarity. You can follow me, go to my website at www.natashacmiller.com. That's natashacmiller.com. And you can sign up for a strategy session, and it's free for 30 minutes.
Okay, audience, you heard it from our speaker today, Natasha Miller. And I just want to remind you that you are listening to Christy Iwuchukwu's Brilliance TV show that we showcase every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is where we spotlight today's top business leaders, entrepreneurs, unique and most successful individuals. And if you would love to be a guest on this show, I would love for you to email me at info@chosenpathglobal.com, info@chosenpathglobal.com. while we continue to talk to Natasha Miller.
Yes.
So Natasha, and so if our audience would love to contact you to take advantage of the opportunities you have,
yes,
give us that information again on how they can contact you.
Yes, so you can email me. That's info@natashacmiller.com. That's info@natashacmiller.com. You can call me at 916-365-2880, or you can go to my website. That is www.natashacmiller.com. natashacmiller.com, and find me that way. And as always, I'm on social media as Medical Mompreneur, or you can go to my institute, NCMBCI.
All right. So, Natasha, I really want to take the time to thank you very much. And I hope that we can bring you back in the future because you have so much information to give out. And our audience, I'm sure that a lot of them will get an opportunity to, not today, if they didn't come today, but go back and watch this as a replay. So
yes.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I'll be seeing you again next month. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and take questions from our audience.
Okay, sounds great.